Hey everybody, how are you today?
Oh,
Hi, good,
good.
so good. How are you?
Um,
Good.
yeah, great. So, since there are several of you here, please introduce yourself and tell my audience what was your role on the film Same but Different.
I'm Lauren Noll, and I'm the director.
Hi, my name is Dalia Rooni. I was the writer, one of the producers, and I played Nadia in the film.
Hi, I'm Medalion Rahimi. I played Rana in the film, and I'm also one of the producers.
And I'm Layla Mohammadi, and I play Set in the film.
This is crazy. This is amazing. I just watched your film. I had a lot of fun. So, my first question is: are you excited about your upcoming South by Southwest experience?
Oh my gosh, so excited. So excited. I think that was a dream home for us. So when we got the news, we were like screaming like small school children.
Definitely.
Oh,
I think South by Southwest is an incredible place for our film. They really highlight ensemble storytelling, and I think it was just the perfect home for Same but Different.
Yeah,
all right. Does anyone have a favorite scene in the movie?
Oh my gosh.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, but wait, you go.
Favorite.
It's like picking a favorite child.
My favorite is by far the credit carding scene. Michael, if you made it that far, that like the whole cast was in it. It was so funny. It was so quick. It was so ridiculous. And everyone was just so excited to do it. And I love that scene so much.
Yeah, that scene was really fun. And I also love the dinner scene because it was so late when we were shooting it and we all got so goofy. It was just such a fun night. And that scene was a beast to tackle. And I think we had so much fun while shooting it.
Yeah, I agree. The dinner scene, we were all there. It was late. We were delirious. It was so fun. Great ensemble moment. And then maybe the Bachelorette. I think that was just like a moment for those girls to be like fun and crazy, and that was really fun. Yeah.
I have to throw in the breakfast scene as a favorite of mine as well. The morning before the wedding.
So good.
Yeah.
Tension, awkwardness.
So
Yeah.
good. And that moment is really like three Persian girls, three white guys. And like it's like the epitome of that in a scene. And I love that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And what did you want to drive home or accomplish with this film?
Persian girls, they're just like us.
Right.
That's it. Like
Mm.
we're just the same. We're funny and flawed and sexy and messy, and that was my intention at least.
Yeah, I totally get that. Totally see it. And I've had I can vouch for it. I've had some Persian ladies, as coworkers or as peers, and
Had some Persian ladies. Yeah,
That's
my
you know,
Oh.
my goodness, they're great. But yeah, no, people definitely have misconceptions. That's a thing, and I'm here to totally vouch for this movie and say that is not the case. People are generally just people everywhere. Isn't that safe to say?
yes, exactly. That's what I think I love about this story is it is even though it is about this specific culture, it's such a universal themes and rarely in a project do we get to see Iranian women be funny and in a comedy. So I think it's like a great, yeah, it's just great for all
Or
Middle Eastern women. Yeah.
and to feature three Iranian women and these beautiful actresses in leading roles side by side with each other, like take a look at Friends, right? That's six white people at the center, and they're defined by just their differences in personality and what they're going through in life. And often in stories, if there's a Middle Eastern character, there's one. And that's the difference between them and everyone else in this story, right? And not in this case. Like there are so many other differences between these women besides the fact that they share the same, cultural heritage. So,
Good
Well,
stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
I just said well said. I was giving her props.
Oh,
Like,
very nice. Flowers are due. So I want each of you to tell me what's your favorite rom com.
Great question.
Thank you.
Probably The Holiday for me. It's the one I revisit the most. I love a Nancy Meyers rom com. It's just so heartfelt. The score is amazing. The acting is great. Yeah, it gets me every time.
That's a good one. That and Notting Hill. I love Notting Hill. It's one of my favorite.
Notting Hill, a Hugh Grant classic.
Yes.
Yes. I love The Proposal.
Oh, fitting.
Yeah.
For me, it's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Ah, I love that one
Also,
too.
you know what I was also thinking, of course, is When Harry Met Sally. I mean, that's like a
Classic.
classic. Yeah, yeah.
Classic,
That's also a good one.
for sure.
All right. Well, people have some movies either to rewatch or look up now.
Yeah.
Do you have now? How about an Iranian movie recommendation for people out there?
Ooh.
Great question.
Thank you.
I guess my favorite is probably 10 by Kiarostami. It's about this taxi driver in Iran who's a woman, and it's kind of just like a series of vignettes of her talking to people and driving around the city. Um, you know, Taste of Cherry is also a good one. Yeah, beautiful.
I saw this really incredible short film on the circuit a couple years ago called Motherland, which was incredible. A short film, but it did really, really well on the circuit. It may have been
Yeah,
qualified for the Oscars as well.
definitely.
And anything Asghar Farhadi does, I think, is incredible. I think he's one of the great Iranian directors.
Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, classic. Lauren and I have a love for vampire. We did work, so we did a short film together about vampires once. So I think that would have to take it from me.
That's a great one, Only Emapour. And I think we have to give Jafar Panahi his flowers as well. You know, it was just an accident. Getting to the Oscars, we're so proud. It's really important for the diaspora.
Heck yes. And then last year there was the Seed of the Sacred Fig.
Yes, incredible film.
It was tough, but it was good.
Yeah.
And what I
Most
like about sorry,
most Iranian films are, you know.
right? That's what's nice about this film is we get a dimension here.
Yeah, I think this film feels really like I want to say like first generation Iranian American, you know. It feels removed from Iran and it's like that gray area of identity, right? Like when you feel like you are that culture but also not and you're kind of stuck between those two worlds. Yeah, as the writer, that was kind of like a space that I wanted to highlight and a space that I like to write in. So I hope it feels like that.
No, it does. And when I read the script, what I loved about it, Dahlia, was like how unapologetic it was, you know, and that's something every woman can relate to is like going through that moment in time where you decide to just unapologetically be yourself. And that's what our movie kind of highlights.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
Uh, sorry, just to tack on, I also don't think, I think one of the intentions of this movie is for you to feel like there's a movie that doesn't feel tough. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
That was a descriptor you just used for several of these other films, and they're, beautiful films, but Dahlia just wanted this to feel like fun and sexy and messy and chaotic, you know what I mean? And for this to be an opportunity to, highlight these women in that way.
Amazing. I love it. I had a friend actually. I have friends who will have come from the Middle East. Their parents come from the Middle East, and they are, as you say, sort of torn between their Western friends and what their parents are saying at home. What's the it's such a hard issue to tackle. But what's some advice or what are some words you would have for these people?
Oh
I
God.
think, yeah,
Go,
I
go, Layla, go.
think it's such an interesting thing, especially I'm half Iranian, I'm half Italian, but I grew up in America. And it's you grow up feeling this sense of I don't really know if I belong to any culture, and it's like this displacement and it's confusing. But I think the more and more you grow and have friends with a similar culture and you talk about it, and it just like it makes it so much better because there's so many different people in this country coming from all over the world, and I think it's a melting pot of a bunch of different cultures and people and things you experience. And the one thing I love about this film is it tackles identity in such an interesting way because it's really about a group of 20 somethings who are figuring it out, and it's messy and it's fun. And I think that's just what everyone deals with no matter where they come from.
On the advice front, like I will say, having parents who are from a very different background, they didn't get what we're doing. They didn't get the acting thing, the writing thing, none of it. When I first told my mom I wanted to become an actress, she was like, "Oh no, you are going to become a prostitute." And like this was like what she said for years. And on this movie, like my mom actually like worked on the set. She was one of the caterers and my dad was the other one. And so like, it took a decade to get there, but I guess the advice is just like keep going and give them credit. They came to the States not speaking the language and they figured it out. They just don't know what they don't know. And yeah, like it's been really cool to watch them become supporters and engaged in the whole thing. And yeah, keep going and engage your parents is my
And
advice.
they
I think
were
that's
our
something
VIP.
that a lot of us experience is like this need to also make our parents proud when we're in this new culture and want these new things. And also when I would say for my advice is I spoke to a friend who's mixed culture, mixed race, and they were saying, I never felt I was like I always said I was half and half, but really what you have to think about is you're 100% that and you are 100% this. So we're 100% Iranian, 100% Italian, 100% American, 100%, all the things, instead of thinking we have to compartmentalize ourselves. But that is what a lot of us have spent so much of our lives doing, and it's just finding a way to feel whole.
That's so
Yeah.
beautiful. I love
I know it was
I
such a
love
great metaphor.
that. By the way, Dalia's parents were the VIPs on set every day. We were
We
so,
had the
so
best
thrilled. I
catering
mean, we ate
ever.
so well.
So well.
Yeah, it was a
Great
beautiful
kebab
experience.
on set.
It was a
Food
beautiful
almost every
experience
day, which
having
is
them there.
not easy to cook. Yeah.
I also just want to add that, from the people who've seen the film so far, like we've had folks express to us like that, like even if this culture wasn't their own, that they felt uh, just so able to emotionally connect with these women, and that was our goal, is for it not to feel like it's only for one specific audience, but to allow these women to be for every audience.
All right. And so we're talking about your parents' generation and where you're at now and all these different identities and what to do about it. Um, I'm gonna. Would you say that in your parents, when your parents first came to North America, there was more overt bigotry, and now it's all about the micro aggressions, or is there still? Is do you still is that just a mischaracterization? Help me out here.
My parents are not your usual. My dad, like, if anyone was being racist towards him, he'd be like, that guy just had a bad day. Like, he would never even compute that as racism. He's like, like we're all family, like we're all the world's the God, like the children of the world. Like everyone's the same, everyone's family, our neighbors, our family. So I don't actually have an answer to that question. It was never something that was taught to me as a kid, I guess.
Yeah, I think we just learned that it's so many common misconceptions and people just not understanding you. And again, I think that's why telling these stories and putting these people in people's living rooms or in their theaters and being able to connect with them is really the way to, yeah, is to stop if those, and those micro racisms. I think everyone can experience it in some degree, but yeah, yeah, I don't know about the timeline though. And
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure this week must be very difficult for all Iranians, with the ongoing war, the death of the Ayatollah. Um, what are some of the thoughts you've been wrestling with and feelings?
I think it's tough. I mean, I think the one thing that everyone should be doing is listening to the voices of the Iranian people and just praying and hoping that at one day the world will be at peace. It's awful, and these women and men and people in that country are dealing with the unimaginable. And um, I think we just need to listen to the Iranian voices and the people who are there going through it.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's definitely very emotional and complex for all of us in the diaspora. Trying to sort of articulate how we're feeling is it's complicated, but I think again it's just about humanity and trying to connect through that instead of just focusing on the headlines too. Really, like what Layla said, is listening to the Iranian voices and what they want and what they need. Um, and yeah, I think again for us making art that can help people understand each other across all cultures.
What unites us instead of what separates us, like finding a way to celebrate that instead.
Storytelling is something that does that better than anything else in the world.
This is true. This is true. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I think this was a good conversation. I certainly
Great
enjoyed
conversation.
myself.
We had a
Thank you
great
so much.
time.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much.
What's
Right.
what's the final thought gonna be?
Anyone?
There's a lot of boy butts in the film. Get ready.
Male, yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Oh my.